the whole transaction process might change forever. In 2019, a group of home sellers filed a lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors, as well as some companies like Anywhere, Home Services of America, RE/MAX, and Keller Williams. Their argument is that sharing commissions makes it more expensive for sellers in the transaction. And on top of that, a judge named Andrea R. Wood granted class certification for the lawsuit, meaning it can affect a lot of people across the United States. The judge's decision means there are two groups of people who can be reimbursed in 20 different markets. Group 1 is anybody who pay a commission between March 6th of 2015 and December 31st of 2020. If they pay a commission to any of the brokerages listed before, they can now ask to get their money back as it went to agents from the buyer's party. In total, home sellers pay an estimated $126 billion in commissions that the plaintiffs argue they shouldn't have. Group 2 is anybody who owns or plans to sell their homes on a covered MLS in covered jurisdictions. This main case, known as the Moore case, forgive me if I didn't pronounce it correctly, doesn't have a trial schedule yet. And there is a smaller case called the Sizzler-Burnett case that's been postponed indefinitely at the request of the Anywhere brokerage. But the plaintiffs are still arguing that NAR and franchisors have worked together to impose the NAR's buyer broker commission rule on MLS property listings, and that the practice puts an unnecessary burden on sellers. The reason that's causing so much commotion is because if the accusations are true, it's giving the buyers an unfair amount of leverage when negotiating, as it's an incentive for the seller to offer higher commissions. If they can offer higher commissions, buying agents will have an inclination to not show homes with lower commissions. This means that if a brokerage can't offer those higher commissions, it can't survive. Mantle Williams expressed disappointment with the ruling, claiming that the ability for the sellers to offer commissions to buying agents promotes the competitive nature of real estate transactions. So, if the sellers win the case, there's a chance it might have to jump through more hoops in court, and it could still be a long time before a final decision is made. It's very likely that the case is going through appeals, and since it doesn't require immediate action, it will probably take even longer. But even though the lawsuit might have a big impact on the way things work, a survey conducted by Real Trends suggests that only about 3.45% of brokers are concerned about what will happen. In fact, some brokers say that they haven't even taken any steps at all to prepare for the worst case scenario. But on the other hand, some have made it a priority to implement buyer representation agreements, disclose client options, and provide more training on the value proposition. If the case goes through, it could have a huge impact on how agents are paid in the real estate industry. It's just going to take a long time for any changes to happen. So why is any of this important to you? If you're a real estate agent, then it could directly impact the way that you're paid. But if you're somebody who sold a home with the affirmation time frame to any of the brokerages on screen, you might be one of the people entitled to a reimbursement. As of right now, it's unclear what exactly will happen next. It may be years before we find an answer to that question. If the plaintiff wins, this could mean that the sellers could put more money in their pocket. But then it could also mean these homes will sit on the market for a while, since the buyer's agent doesn't have the incentive to show. There may be more realtors putting out of jobs, since a big way for them to earn commission is taken away, and the sellers may have to incentivize the buyer's agent by structuring a new type of commission to make their home stand out. It's going to be interesting to see how the value, other than the home itself, is going to be played out in the buyer's decision-making process. In the meantime, I just wanted to give you a reminder that I make these videos with the intention of providing my years of experience in real estate so that you don't have to go through the same lessons as I do. I don't do any ads, and all growth is through the word of mouth. So if you can share this video with someone else, it would mean the world to me.